Hello, everybody. It's Bonnie here for Intuitive Eating Wednesday. Let me know if you're here with me live. As you know, every Wednesday I go live and we talk about something related to intuitive eating, thus Intuitive Eating Wednesday. And something very exciting for today is that I am now streaming live on YouTube as well as right here in our Facebook group. So for those of you who don't know, I have a YouTube channel and a show on YouTube, and it's called The Diet Free Zone Show. I will pop my YouTube link in if you're on in my Facebook group watching this now. I will go ahead and pop that link in so you can really check out my YouTube channel because I'm uploading videos there pretty frequently. That might be of help for you on your intuitive eating journey. And for those who are subscribers on YouTube, here I am showing up live, and I will be showing up live right here on my YouTube channel for the Diet Free Zone show every Wednesday at 12:15 p.m. Eastern. So mark your calendars. If you can join me, that would be great. Otherwise, the video will remain here for you to watch. So I'm interested in hearing comments as well as anything that you're interested in learning from me. So if you are watching here with me live, please comment in the comment section. And if you are watching on replay, hashtag replay, and let me know that you're watching as well. And again, this is the first time I'm streaming today's Intuitive Eating Wednesday onto YouTube as well as into my Facebook group. So if you're watching on YouTube, and you write a comment, I still have to figure out if I'm going to see your comments here. I'm pretty sure I will. So anyways, if whoever's here with me, just pop a comment so I know I'm seeing comments. Anyways, let's get into today's topic, Intuitive Eating Wednesday. So today is all about traveling, being an intuitive eater. And I'll tell you why this topic came up for me. Hey, Claire, glad to see you. Thanks for being here. And Claire, you're watching from Facebook, I believe, in the Facebook group, right? So yeah, I have, as I was saying, I started something new, and I'm going to be streaming our Intuitive Eating Wednesday lives into on my YouTube channel as well. So I'm just interested to know if the comments from YouTube will show up in my feed. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to today's topic. It's a really great one. So I was meeting with one of my clients this week. And she just came back from traveling overseas. Probably one, yeah, Claire, you're on Facebook. Okay, great. Probably one of her first, vacations and trips since the pandemic hit. And, she said something really amazing to me. She says, traveling is so much easier as an intuitive eater than when I was a dieter. And I was really blown away by that statement because it sent chills up my spine. I was so happy for her. Because if you think about it, traveling when you were dieting really probably brought up a lot of stress and anxiety, and we're going to get into it a little bit more in just a little bit of time. But anyways, so I was thinking about it. With summer here now, I haven't been away in a long time, and I can't wait. I've obviously been hesitant, like so many people, to travel during the COVID pandemic, but I'm going to try to plan on seeing what I can do. And so a lot of my clients now have reached out because they too want to start to take some car trips or maybe even fly somewhere. But, they're in the process of learning to get out of diet mentality, to leave diet culture behind and really embrace being an intuitive eater. So how do we travel? How do we go on vacation when we're really still learning to be an intuitive eater? And so this is what the topic for today is. So shout out to Eileen, who is an intuitive eater in training, but really just enjoyed her wonderful vacation as an intuitive eater. So going on vacation for most people, it's a break from our daily routine, right? But it doesn't mean we're going to take a break from intuitive eating. It's absolutely can still be done very easily and successfully. So let's talk about the what comes up for you, and please share in your thoughts as well in the comments. So what comes up? What are some of the I usually break it down into two extremes, right? There's when people go on vacation, they usually have the mindset that has them falling on one or two of the extremes. One is that, I'm going to just eat whatever, and I'll get off track, quote unquote, diet words. The other is I'm going to restrict. So if we break that down further, extreme number one, I'm just going to eat whatever I want to eat on vacation. I don't care. And when I get back, I'll make up for it. I'll just go to the gym. I'll work out. I'll go back on my diet. That's one extreme, right? The vacation mindset. And then the other extreme really is, okay, I'm going away and I am not going to eat anything that I'm not supposed to eat, diet language, right? Anything that I'm supposed to eat during this trip, during this vacation. I'm going to bring my food. I'm going to bring this, that, and I'm really going to stay on track, diet language. So those are pretty much the two extremes. So let me ask you, when you are dieting, or if you're still stuck on the diet roller coaster, which of those extremes have you fallen into when you yourself have decided to go on vacation? I'm going to go ahead and just wait for comments. I'm also going to just check out. I want to be sure that I'm showing up on YouTube and that I'll be able to see a comment on YouTube. So just, can you give me 1 second? Because I want to really make sure this is working. Hold on. I got to ask Kelsey. Kelsey, if you hear me, can you type a comment from YouTube? Let me know that you can type comments that I could see. Okay. So which extreme do you fall into? Do you fall into extreme number one, or do you fall into extreme number two? Or is there another extreme that you fall into? The truth is that either one of those extremes are extremely destructive in terms of how we really take care of ourselves, right? They're very, very damaging, and they are both very much part of the diet mentality. So there are still many ways that you could support your intuitive eating journey while on vacation. And that's what I want to remind you of and talk with you today. So before your trip, a couple of things before you even go on your trip. One of the most important things for you to do is not diet before that vacation, before that trip, right? How many times people say, oh, I'm going on vacation and I have to lose X amount of pounds so I can fit into that bathing suit or whatever. And so I'm going to restrict, I'm going to go on a diet to lose weight before the vacation. So wanting to feel your absolute best for a big trip or vacation, I get it. It's totally okay. We all want that. But we have to be very cautious about it, right? We want to avoid the diets, avoid the restrictions, avoid the detoxes, the cleanses, intense exercise regimens in order to get ourselves a vacation ready. So I think that it's really, really important, for us to maintain that mindset. Oh, Kelsey just typed, she sees the, yes. Okay. So if you're on YouTube, then you should also be able to comment on this video. So that's pretty exciting for me. I'm now able to stream into the Facebook group and to YouTube. So cool. Anyway, so remember that those things that you do in preparation for your test, for your vacation are not the word I'm trying to use, sustainable, right? And it sets you up to overeat when you finally go on your trip, to let go, to fall into that first extreme where I'm just on vacation, so whatever. So continuing to eat before you leave for your trip, in the most, I want to use my hashtags, right? Normal way possible, meaning listening to your body, listening to what your body's asking for, eating until satisfaction is going to help you feel your best and feel less haphazard around your eating, less chaotic, and really prepare you for your travels. Okay, Claire, let's see. Claire says, happy to say I have zero diet type thoughts about vacation, either restricted or celebrate. This is after a very long journey with this work. Yes. So Claire has definitely been on this journey for a very long time and has really come to this place of peace. So awesome. You see, Claire says, intuitive eating rocks. Yay, Claire. Claire had worked with me for some time as well. So Claire is definitely really maybe a little bit ahead of some of you here in the Facebook group who might be newbies to this, and that's okay. Read Claire's comments and let that inspire you that you can achieve this as well. Thank you for being here, Claire, and for inspiring others. I know there's always things that we could still learn, but it's really great that you're continuing your commitment. Okay, so before the trip, that's the first thing, right? The first piece of that is avoid dieting before your trip. Cleanses, detoxes, crazy stuff. The second is really to ditch that all or nothing thinking. It's really common for people to fall into that trap, right? I blew it. I'm going to eat, no, let me say that again. I blew it. I ate blank, fill in the blank, but that would be for you. I might as well just eat the rest and start again tomorrow. In general, we all want to ditch this mindset of if I don't do it perfect, then everything is ruined. That is not a healthy mindset. And it's especially really important before you're to remind yourself of this before you even head out on that trip or that vacation, right? Because it's very, very common if you're on vacation and you went in with the thought of I'm going to be really good on my vacation, then all of a sudden you eat something that you didn't plan to, and what happens? You throw in the towel, right? You say, forget it. So just remind yourself to take a step back, and make the choices that really honor you and feel right for you in your body in that moment. Okay, so we are set up with the healthy mindset to support and honor yourself before you go on vacation. Now you're away. You like I said, we've all been just, itching to get away. It's been a long time. For me, I guess I'll talk for myself. I'm itching to go a little bit away on a trip or vacation. It's been a year and a half. Haven't planned anything yet, but we'll figure that out. And here's a couple things, right? So now you're away. A couple of things that you want to remember to help you continue to practice intuitive eating when you're away. Eating is eating no matter where you are. So really very important, right? Many people glorify and place unnecessary pressures on eating and making food choices when traveling. But nothing has to change. Nothing has to look different from a usual day of eating. And I want to make sure you're aware of that. Okay. Yes, you're on vacation and that's awesome. But eating could still be, normal, quote unquote, when you're vacationing. It is a very powerful mindset shift that can help take the pressure off of eating while you're vacationing. So think about it. If we're currently eating without rules and restriction, you're honoring your hunger, you're eating until satisfied. And I know for a lot of you, you're in the beginning stages of intuitive eating, so that may not be the case right now, but I promise you, if we keep on doing this work, you will get there. Then eating really wouldn't look any different whether you're eating at home or when you're traveling, right? Similar to what Claire says, right? Eating is just eating, whether you're eating at home, whether you're eating on vacation. That's the first point. The second point is that intuitive eating, which I love, as does Claire, intuitive eating is not just about hunger and fullness. Clearly, hunger and fullness is really important. But if you think about when you're traveling, and especially if you're traveling to places that you haven't seen before, right? There are going to be a whole host of amazing experiences that you're going to have. So, from trying new foods, maybe that you've never tried before, to maybe learning about a new culture, a new cuisine, the experiences are endless. And you really don't want to deny yourself from having those experiences because you think it can't fit into my eating, to my diet. Yes, it's important to honor hunger and fullness, but there are times where that should not be the only thing that you're focusing on. There's so much more to enjoying food. So for example, let's say you're on vacation and you've been exposed to a new food that you've never eaten before and you're really, really enjoying it. And you finish eating and you realize, I'm a little bit over full. Okay. Or maybe you're engaged in some activity. You're going zip lining or you're hiking or whatever the case is, and time sort of gets away. And all of a sudden, when you finally come back from that, activity or that tour, you're like, wow, my belly is growling. I am hungrier than I really thought I was, that it is not so comfortable. It's okay. Those are just examples of temporary moments of having a little bit of discomfort. They don't last forever. It's absolutely okay, because if you remember, one of my most favorite things to say is there's no perfection in intuitive eating. So we want to really work on not hyper focusing on these moments, not fixating on these moments. not beating yourself up, not berating yourself, not, restricting as an outcome of those things, right? Maybe that's something you would have done in your dieting days, but as an intuitive eater, it is not something you want to fall back into, because you will absolutely miss out on all the amazing experiences that you could experience on this vacation, on this trip, wherever you might be traveling to. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, right? There's a couple of points here. Let's focus on this important word, satisfaction. A very important part of intuitive eating is having satisfaction in the meal you're eating. So intuitive eating really is giving yourself permission to eat what sounds good for you, what feels good in your body, without any conditions attached to it. And, this permission, by the way, it's present whether you're home, whether you're on vacation. That is what intuitive eating is really all about. So we want to be sure that we're not conditional with the permission, right? Eat what sounds good to you. Eat either everything on your plate if you choose to, leave some behind if you choose to, no expectations. Eat when others are eating if you're hungry. If you're not hungry and they're eating, you don't have to eat, right? You don't have to eat what doesn't appeal to you. You want to really focus on achieving full satisfaction in what you're eating. If you're eating when you're not hungry, if you're eating what others are eating because they're eating it and you're not being true to your own self and preferences, you're not going to achieve that satisfaction. Remember, point number 4, we do not compensate for our eating behaviors. It is absolutely not necessary. So how do you really still honor and respect your intuitive eating practice when you're on vacation or when you're traveling? By not punishing yourself if you weren't pleased that you ate a little bit beyond comfortable fullness. If you weren't fully satisfied with the meal that you ate, for example, right? You're not going to compensate by going, having an intense workout, going for an extra 20-minute hike, getting on a cleanse, doing a detox. So how many times as a dieter would you come home from a vacation and say, all right, I got to do a cleanse or I got to do a detox to get rid of the vacation weight? No, right? We want to make sure we don't need to do that, because that is still part of diet mentality, right? Listen, I'm all for movement, moving our body. Our body is made to move. It's fantastic. But when we use that as an intention to punish ourselves for something, for eating something that we didn't want to eat or we thought we shouldn't eat or something, right? Or eating till you're a little bit overfull. Obviously, in those situations, if these things come up for you, you want to pound those brakes right there and just remind yourself that you are not a dieter anymore. You are an intuitive eater, and you can travel, go on vacation, enjoy new culture, new cuisines, new food, still honoring your intuitive eating practice. All right. I have a lot to say about that because, like I said, I'm hoping to plan some type of vacation. And the truth is, like Eileen, my client, said to me this week, going on vacation as an intuitive eater is so nice and actually so much easier than being a dieter, because when you're dieting, your mind is like, well, what if there isn't food for me to eat? What if there aren't healthy choices? What if I go overboard? What if? And what if just gives us what? Anxiety around food, fear around food, tension around food, and then we don't enjoy our meal. And like I said, then we don't get satisfaction. And that is so very important. All right. What are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about traveling as an intuitive eater? What are the differences that you have seen in your own life traveling as a dieter versus traveling as an intuitive eater? If you're listening on replay, #replay, post your thoughts and your comments. I will absolutely be back here to respond. All right. I hope that was helpful for you. Claire, appreciate you being here as always. You rock. You're the best. Couple of quick announcements. I will be hosting the 3 Steps to Eating for Healthy Living, the Intuitive Eating Blueprint webinar once again in July. I am eyeing Tuesday, July 6th, Monday the 5th or the 6th. I'm not really sure. I will let you know. It was well received. I do know that there were many people who registered but couldn't attend live or couldn't listen to the replay and asked if I was going to be hosting it again. And yes, it was very well received, and I will be hosting it again early July after July 4th weekend. So watch the Facebook group, watch the YouTube channel where I will post information on that. You can go now and still register for that. If you go to, what is the link? I believe the link is brghealth.com/intuitive eating blueprint. I'm actually going to try that out and make sure that that's the waiting list to register for it. If you're on the waiting list for it, then you'll automatically be registered. Claire says, looking forward to future trips. Nothing planned. Always good to hear you. Yeah, Claire, so happy. Love doing these live trainings. And for everybody else, join me next week, Wednesday, for another live training at 12:15 Eastern. Hope that you're having an amazing day. Please leave your comments below. And if you're on YouTube, mark your calendar as well, because from now on Intuitive Eating Wednesdays, when I go live in my Facebook group, I will also be live streaming right to my Diet Free Zone show on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And by the way, if you're in my Facebook group, you should subscribe to the YouTube channel anyways, because I do have uploads of other videos there that are not uploaded into the Facebook group. So do check it out. All right. Have an amazing, amazing day. It is hot here in New York. Make sure you're hydrating. I've got my water right here. I'm going to go refill. Have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.